Jason Furman's with me, former chair of the White House Council of Economic Advisors, now professor of practice at Harvard Kennedy School. Jason, always good to see you, sir. Professor, thank you for taking the time. As this goes longer, it gets worse in terms of the economic effect. Are we at the point yet where you think for either global growth or US growth, we are in crisis territory?
We're definitely not close to crisis territory for U.S. growth. We're an oil exporter. We've reduced our oil intensity over time. We have a lot of scope to respond. For the rest of the world, it's a little bit tougher. In part, $100 a barrel is, in a world where the dollar is stronger than it was 20 years ago, is more than $100 a barrel was at that point in time. But if it stays here, I think we'll be okay. If it goes up from here, I'll get more worried.
Right. What is your major concern? Is it one of inflation and the inflationary effects, which will prevent, particularly the Fed, from cutting rates as they might previously have been wanting to do?
Yeah, for the United States, it's the worry that the unemployment rate was probably going up even without this. This probably adds to that. But at the same time, their inflation metric is around 3%. And it's really hard to cut rates when that's the case. It might be going up to 4%. It's basically impossible, no matter how much you say, I'm looking through, et cetera. So this is making their job really, really hard.
Are you surprised that the markets, I mean, they've rallied a bit back up again today, but the oil market stayed down. Are you surprised that the markets did brush off last night's attempt by the president to soothe or save them?
I'm surprised the markets moved one iota in response to yesterday's remarks. I mean, I didn't think he was going to say anything, and he didn't disappoint. Just read some of his Truth Social posts, and I don't know how anyone updates. We're going to blast them to smithereens. We're going to end the war in a day. Either one of those statements, who knows what they mean.
In that environment, and I'm constantly being asked by my colleagues when I'm broadcasting, so I'll get some free guidance from you. I'll plagiarize from you, as they say. Everybody keeps asking me, all right, what's it going to take for the market to come back down again? So let me ask you that.
Well, you're talking about the oil prices to come back down again?
Yes, oil prices to come back down.
The Strait needs to be opened. The Strait needs to be opened, and it needs to be clear that it's going to permanently be opened. That is the overwhelmingly most important thing here.
You have sat at the very top tables when these, maybe not quite this sort of stuff's been going on, but you've sat at the top table. How does the debate range? Do people, when they're talking about these things in the White House, in Treasury, they seem to be living in a different world to the real world of the markets. So what sort of discussions take place?
Look, I was in the White House when oil prices went up to, it was actually in today's inflation adjusted dollars, $150 a barrel after the Libya strikes. And you just start running around like a sort of chicken with its head cut off, trying to figure out what you can possibly do. Can you do SPRO releases? Can you threaten gas stations that raise prices? Can you, deal with a bottleneck in one part of the refining system, et cetera? And you're like up working 24 hours a day on this. And you know that at the end of that 24 hours a day, whatever you do is just tiny, tiny compared to this 100 million barrel a day global market. And that's the problem they have. The national security people could maybe do something about this. The economic people cannot.
And finally, back to where we started, in a sense, the difference and disparity between the economic effects in the United States, largest economy in the world, and the rest of the world. We've got countries in Southeast Asia running out of fuel. We've got some places running out of jet fuel. Europe's going to start really feeling the effect coming on soon. The US hasn't got enough export surplus that it can actually help. The gap between the US and the rest of the world is going to get bigger.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I mean, first of all, by the way, one reason why the U.S. economy's done well in the last year is a topic we're not talking about, which is AI. And you add that to us being an oil exporter. So there's a sense in which we benefit from this, a sense in which we get hurt. Europe, I don't think, has really gotten its act together in response to all the great ideas it's gotten from Draghi,
Right.
Letta, and others. And so I expect, more divergence in the global economy as a result of this. The United States may be on the positive side of that divergence, at least comparatively so, and others on the negative.
Professor Furman, Jason, good to see you, sir. Thank you for taking time to talk to us tonight.